The price of vengeance. The world doesn't fall apart in a single moment. It unravels slowly, thread by thread, until nothing remains but a hollow shell of what once was. My name is Adrian Graves, and this is the story of how I became a monster in the name of justice. The night it happened, the air smelled of rain and burning asphalt. Streetlights flickered weakly against the encroaching darkness. I remember the taste of blood in my mouth, the metallic tang coating my tongue as I knelt beside my sister's broken body. Emily. She was the only family I had left. And now, she was gone. I could still hear her voice, soft, full of life, tinged with laughter that no longer existed. But that night, all I heard was the ragged wheeze of her last breath. My fingers trembled as I held her, feeling the warmth slip away with every passing second. She was murdered, not by some random accident, not by fate, but by a man with power, money, and a name that dripped from the lips of cowards in hushed whispers, Damien Locke. A corrupt tycoon, a man who crushed lives beneath his polished shoes and walked away with a smirk. The police? They wouldn't touch him. The law? Bent at his command. Justice? A fairy tale for the weak. I was weak once, but not anymore. I spent a year dismantling his empire, piece by piece. Not with brute force. No, that would be too easy, too merciful. I played the long game. Became a ghost in the system. Every stolen dollar, every dirty deal, every secret affair, I found them all. I made sure his allies turned into enemies. I watched as his world crumbled, as paranoia clawed at his mind, as fear sank its teeth into his soul. But it wasn't enough. He had to feel what I felt. He had to lose everything. The night I went for him, the sky was blacker than ink. His mansion stood like a fortress against the storm, but no walls could keep me out. I had studied the security, memorized every blind spot, learned the shift patterns of every guard. Slipping inside was effortless. The scent of expensive whiskey and cigar smoke clung to the air. A soft symphony played in the background, something classical, elegant, the kind of music murderers listen to when they convince themselves they're above consequence. And then I saw him, Damien Locke, the man who had stolen my last piece of happiness. He sat in his grand study, unaware, sipping his drink with the arrogance of a man who believed he was untouchable. He was wrong. I stepped forward, the polished wood creaking beneath my weight. His head snapped up, and for the first time, I saw it, the flicker of fear in his cold, calculating eyes. Adrian, he said smoothly, though his grip tightened around the glass. I wondered when you'd come. My fingers curled around the knife at my belt. Then you know why I'm here. A smirk, a slow sip. You've been a thorn in my side for months. Impressive, really. But revenge. He exhaled, shaking his head. It won't bring her back. Rage boiled inside me. My vision blurred red. No. But it will make you pay. I lunged. He moved fast, faster than I expected. The glass shattered against my temple, pain exploding across my skull. We crashed into the desk, limbs colliding, bodies slamming against hardwood. His fist connected with my ribs, knocking the breath from my lungs, but I didn't stop. I couldn't. I drove my knee into his stomach, sending him staggering back. My knife found flesh, slicing through his arm, drawing a strangled curse from his lips. He grabbed a gun from the drawer. I kicked it away before he could aim. We fought like animals, desperate and unrelenting. The study filled with the sounds of grunts, shattering objects, and the sickening crunch of fists meeting flesh. Then, suddenly, he was on the floor, bleeding, gasping, helpless. I stood over him, chest heaving, knife dripping with crimson. I had won. But then he laughed. A weak, rasping chuckle that sent a chill down my spine. You think you've won, he wheezed, coughing up blood. You don't even know the truth. I frowned, gripping the knife tighter. What are you talking about? He smiled, teeth stained red. Emily. She wasn't as innocent as you thought. The world tilted. My breath caught in my throat. What? She was working for me. He coughed. Until she got greedy. She stole from me, Adrian. I gave her chances, but she wouldn't stop. Lies. He was lying. Wasn't he? I wanted to deny it. I needed to. But his smirk. God, that sickening smirk, made my stomach churn. Shut up, I snarled. You're trying to save yourself. Am I? His eyes gleamed. Go check her bank records. Ask yourself where all that money came from. My grip faltered. No,